fully developed hurricane contains more energy than all the nuclear weapons on Earth combined. Yet this colossal engine of destruction does not start with a massive explosion. It begins with a single, tiny pocket of unstable air, a small disturbance in the atmospheric pressure. We often think of storms as the ultimate symbol of random, chaotic violence. But modern meteorological science reveals something extraordinary. A storm is actually a highly organized, mathematically precise system. It is chaos working in perfect unison. The storm is coming, and it will change everything. The ancient seers, the wise ones who composed the Rig Veda, looked into the heart of the tempest and discovered a profound cosmic principle. They called these organized forces of turbulence the Maruta. In the Rig Veda, the Maruta are described as a fierce group of storm deities who always travel together, never alone. They are the constant companions of Indra, the force of bioelectricity we explored in our last episode. This is because electricity needs turbulence and pressure changes to unleash its spark. The hymns describing the Maruta move with a frantic rhythmic energy, reading less like ancient mythology and more like an advanced paper on atmospheric dynamics and quantum fluid systems.
Mahistotram maruta-maskridhotyadham yatha gopanam pracharantyachha avo makshu maruto vandamanang chardho marutam namobhir vivase.
The great praise of the collective storm forces rises up. They advance in perfect coordination, like a well-guided herd. May we align with you quickly, O Maruts, honoring the fierce, unified strength of your assembly. When we look at the Maruta through the lens of modern science, we see they represent the principle of productive chaos. They are the cosmic disruptions that break stagnant systems so that a new, higher order can emerge. In our atmosphere, weather is driven by pressure differentials. Pockets of high pressure and low pressure, constantly trying to find balance. The Maruta are these very differentials. They are the invisible gradients that force the atmosphere to breathe, circulating heat and moisture across the globe, keeping our planet alive. This process is perfectly described by chaos theory and the famous butterfly effect. A tiny flap of a butterfly's wing in one part of the world can alter the atmospheric pressure just enough to trigger a hurricane weeks later. The Maruta are these subtle, compounding forces of change. They show us that the universe is highly sensitive to small disturbances. What looks like random destruction from the ground is actually a calculated rebalancing act when viewed from space. But the most mind-blowing characteristic of the Maruta is this: they never act alone. They are a single troop moving with one mind. In quantum physics, this mirrors the phenomenon of quantum coherence. Usually, particles act randomly and independently. But under certain conditions, millions of particles can lock into the same frequency, behaving as a single macro-sized quantum state. The Vedas invite us to consider that the collective nature of the Maruta is an intuitive description of this quantum teamwork, where individual boundaries dissolve into a unified field of action. This collective behavior leads directly to quantum turbulence. When a quantum fluid is disturbed, it does not create random ripples. It creates a highly organized network of tiny quantized vortices, miniature quantum tornadoes. This is exactly how the Maruta interact with the cosmic river of Saraswati from our last episode. They create vortices in the fluid fabric of space-time, proving that turbulence is not the absence of law, but the ultimate expression of it. This brings us to the profound concept of creative destruction. Storms tear down forests and flood valleys, but they also create life. The immense heat of a lightning strike breaks apart nitrogen molecules in the air, converting them into natural fertilizer that drains down into the soil. Without the storm, the land becomes barren. The Maruta represent this necessary friction. They are the evolutionary engine of the universe, an echo of Shiv, the ultimate consciousness that destroys only to renew and rebuild. The universe did not just settle into a quiet, frozen peace after its birth. It requires the wild, co-operative dance of the Maruta to keep it evolving. The storm cleanses the old to make way for the new. But once the winds die down and the sky clears, what is left behind? What happens when the cosmic dust settles and a pure, unyielding light emerges from the cleared atmosphere? In our next episode, we will explore the sovereign light, Mitra, the physics of solar stability, nuclear balance, and the quiet harmony that governs the morning after the storm. The clouds are parting and the light is waiting.